name is Lidia Rodriguez, and this is Small Biz Spotlight 210. Thank you so much for joining me again to my second episode to this. So if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, what we do here, or what I want to do with this channel, is exactly what the title says, is to put a spotlight on some small businesses here in San Antonio, hopefully in the future, in the surrounding areas. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. Now, please stay to the end of the video. I do have some important information for all of y'all. And we today are here on location. Here we have the San Antonio River behind us because our next guest, Kat Franklin, full disclosure, she is my niece.
Yay! That's the best part.
So she is a makeup artist and has done tons of commercials for the San Antonio River Authority, thus being here on location.
Awesome.
So let's get right to it. Now, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. So I am Kat Franklin, Ybarra Franklin, right? So we don't want to forget that. But I am a hair and makeup artist here in San Antonio, local. I am born and raised in the southeast side of San Antonio, so staying true to my roots and always coming back is something that I love to do. I have been doing hair and makeup for TV and film for just about 12 years, give or take a few months. But it's something that I love to do, something I'm very passionate about. And the best part is coming on location and doing fun stuff like this with you. So I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I know you are such a busy person. So thankfully, right?
Yes.
So first of all, the question is, of course, you already answered. You're here from San Antonio.
Born and raised. Yep.
Okay, and so you're a makeup artist, as we can see here.
Yes.
At the end of your title, Kat Franklin, what is the H.M.U.A. stand for?
The H.M.U.A. I get asked all the time, and I kind of feel a little like sophisticated because I used to tell my dad that the H.M.U.A. stood. It was like a DDS or like doctor, stuff like that. So I felt very important, and I am important, right? For you to believe that. So
absolutely.
The H.M.U.A. stands for hair and makeup artist. So I do hair and makeup, and it's so much fun, and I have it labeled on my back. So
nice.
That way everybody knows, hey, that's Kat Franklin, H.M.U.A.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that, because I knew about the hair and makeup, but the rest I wasn't sure.
Yeah, they call us other things too. Vanities department, stuff like that. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So what drew you to makeup?
Honestly, I'm going to blame my great-grandma. I'm going to blame my great-grandma Lupe, and I'm also going to blame my best friend's mom, Stella. They're both passed, they're in heaven, and so I carry their souls with me all the time. But my great-grandma used to watch me, and I would get real bored, and I would say, "Hi, Grandma, I'm bored," waiting for my parents to come pick me up after school, and she would bring out, and you might remember this, but she had a Folgers can, and inside of it would have teeny tiny pieces of crayons and little colors, and so she would set that in front of me with some paper, and she says, "Here, color, Mija, just color, right? And you won't be bored anymore." So, coloring all the time, and then I started, like looking at nature, and my dad also, I'm going to blame my dad also. So I got a lot of avenues on where I'm like, okay, it's kind of surrounded me my whole life, and coloring, I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, you can create all kinds of fun stuff with just color. And so, that's kind of where it started when I was a kid. And then I would have drawing contests with Dad at home. And we were bored Saturdays, summer, Dad was off and Mom was working. And he's like, well, let's have a drawing contest. It's like, okay, let's draw, right? So here we are drawing, coloring. And then as I grew up and I met Marisa, my best friend, her mom owned a beauty salon. And it was actually just right down the street, maybe like 3 minutes from here, her beauty shop. And we were bored, and we would ride our bikes and we'd go hang out at the beauty shop. And so we would color our hair, and we would play makeup, and we would do all of this stuff. And so it's really surprising to me is that when Stella passed away, it made me reflect back on like, wow, I was really paying attention to her. It's so funny how I thought that I was going to be in the dental field because that's what my mom's a dental assistant, right? So I initially wanted to be a dental hygienist, but then they were like, oh, 8 years of school, because I was going to be a dentist, right? At first I was going to be a dentist. I was like, 8 years of school, forget that. Like, I want to be, I can't do that. So I kind of changed it on myself, but artistry just kind of fell on my lap. I got into the banking business, and I was good at it. I just wasn't happy with it. And I remember telling Dad I was going to go to esthetician school, and he was like, "What are you doing?" Because, you know, he's old school Mexican man. How you go work for the bank, right, where the money is. I was like, just because I work for the bank doesn't mean they're going to give me the money, right?
Exactly.
So, you know, just things like that. I just didn't realize how often I was really paying attention to Stella when she was styling hair and coloring hair and letting us play with her makeup and things like that. And so just a bunch of little tidbits. Even you that worked for Clinique, and she would always have me sneak into her room when she was asleep in the morning before school, and we would put makeup on her, on ourselves, and there we are, me and my cousin Roxanne at middle school, looking good with Clinique makeup on. So I remember that. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yes.
So, well, really, like she stated, being with colors and art has really run in our family, and this is your take on it, and it's definitely art. It definitely
something.
is.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad, you know, from a family perspective, that you found this passion of yours, and it's so connected to beautiful, happy memories.
Oh, totally. It's amazing. I mean, I actually brought this because this is kind of like one of my staples that I have with me all the time. My great grandma Lupe used to watch me, and again, here's her effect on me, and I didn't even realize it. So first it was with the crayons here, color, and Grandma Lupe would be in the kitchen, and she could be making grandma stuff, right? Doing grandma stuff. So yeah, so then here I am, because she had this huge bird, Chico, and I would go in there, and Chico would be hanging out on top of the cage because he wasn't even in it. And so I would sneak in, and I would see Grandma's beautiful vanity, and she had airspun loose powder in there, and so it smells so good.
Yes.
And
when I smelled this, guys, it was like a blast from the past.
Yeah.
It smells like grandma.
It does. And I remember going to her room and like opening it up and smelling it, and then Chico would be, Grandma, no, it's telling on me. And I'm like, oh man, Chico just told on me. She never got upset, but
yeah.
I do carry this with me, and it keeps me grounded. It keeps me humble, and it just reminds me of her. And so I always feel her spirit around me when I bring out the airspun. It's good stuff.
That is super vintage.
Yes. So I have tons of them, but this has been a little beat up because, you know, working on set and things like that. But I always have it with me.
That's beautiful. I love that all that is connected to grandma, the beginning, the founder of our family.
The reina, right?
So you said you were thinking of all these other things until you decided makeup. Did you have to go to school for that?
I initially thought I had to go to school for it, and that's why I got into esthetician school. I graduated valedictorian in my esthetician school class. I was most likely to succeed and most entertaining. So that was a lot of fun. But after doing that program, I realized that I don't need a license to do hair and makeup for TV and film. That's kind of where I wanted to go. After I graduated esthetician school, I worked for a spa. I worked as a head esthetician for a Nevada spa, and I liked it. I just didn't have the passion that some people have for skincare. Like, and I love skincare. Like, you know, that's the best foundation that you have. Your makeup will not look great if your skin is bad. So you want to take care of that problem first. It's just like a house. Your foundation has to be, you know, right. And if not, because then everything else is going to fall apart. So same thing with makeup. But I just to do facials every day and waxing. Like, I have to do waxing again. Like, can I have some color? Like, let me do stuff. So I kind of ventured off. into there, and I realized I did not need to go to makeup school. There's no certification for that. You can take a makeup course by a certain artist, and they can offer you a certificate, but it doesn't mean that you need that certificate to proceed with whatever else that you're going to do in your career. It's just kind of, yeah, you learn from this person, and I took her course, and now I know that, well, I'm not going to say that artist's way. So that's pretty much all it is. So no, you don't need to go to school for this.
How long was your esthetician?
It was just 9 months.
9 months. Oh, okay.
This was a long time ago.
Yeah, things might have changed.
They might have changed. I know that the institution is still there. I don't know if the requisites have changed. Maybe the hours. I don't know any of that, but I do know that it was 9 months. Super fast. 9 months flew by. And it was so much fun. I'm actually still friends
You still
with.
had fun.
Yeah, and I have really solid friendships with some of the people that I went to school with. So I like to think that that's awesome.
It was a win-win.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what was exactly your first job?
My first job on set, or would you say my
on
first
set.
job? Okay, so my first job on set, I would probably have to say it was helping out with Chica Beauty. We were not even Chica Beauty at the time. We were Chica Girl magazine. And we would get girls, motivating, inspiring girls from our community. It wasn't a tabloid magazine. It wasn't a gossip magazine. It was real girls. So we could get our neighbor from down the street, and she's amazing, and we would bring her in and we would interview them, and at the same time we would do like a photo shoot for them. So they would have like 3 outfit changes, 3 hairstyles, and maybe 3 makeup looks. And so we started off that way. They needed somebody to do the makeup for one of the photo shoots, and they hired me, and I started doing that. But my first real job on set, like a huge film production, was for TechStot, and that was through a production company called Media, which I still work very closely with to this day. But it was for TechStot, and we were in Austin, Texas, and it was overnight, and we got to shut down like Congress Street, and we're just like driving in those big giant trailers, and it was just amazing. And I knew that that's what I wanted to be. Like, this is awesome. Like, wow. And they feed us, like they fed us all day long. So I love craft services. Can you tell, Emma? But yeah, it's so much fun.
How long did you, or you said you're still working with it?
Yeah, so I'm a freelancer, a contractor, and they're still in business. And so what they'll do is they'll get hired from a client, let's say River Authority, and Media already knows the freelancers that they like. Maybe they want to try a new contractor here, and so they'll hire us, and we work on set with them. So we're like their team. But I work with them actually next week, so, so I'll be working with them next week. But yeah.
How long have you been with them?
With 12 years. So I started when I had my first son. I had Lyric J. And after about maybe 2 months, 3 months, I decided I don't want to go back to work because I was working for Saks Fifth Avenue for Giorgio Armani Cosmetics. And I did not want to leave him. I waited so long to have a baby, and I didn't want to miss out. So I took the plunge. The hardest part is letting go, because I came from that security, from having insurance and from having all of this stuff taken care of, to like, wow, okay, Kat, now are you sure you want to do this? Because now you don't have insurance. Now you don't have a set pay schedule. What are you going to do? And I think that was the fire that I needed to keep myself going, because 12 years later, I mean, my son is the one that said, Emma was like, I want to be there with him, and I'm going to do that. And my husband actually helped support me with that. So
that's good to have a good support system.
It was totally scary.
This is not an easy industry to get into.
Right. And mind you, I'm freelance, so it's not like I have work coming at me. So I needed to be my own marketing person as well, and just word of mouth and things like that. So I did all that on my own.
So 12 years you've been doing that. Wow. So I've noticed, because like you said, we're related.
Yes.
So I know that you've been doing like the commercials and the TV, and not just with the San Antonio River Authority, not just with TechStot, but I've seen you with Paul Rodriguez.
Yes. That
I've
was a
seen-
big deal.
I've seen you with the Spurs team.
Yep.
And recently I've seen you with the Astros team.
Yes. Yes.
Who stands out to you the most? The celebs.
Well, well, for the longest time, it was The Undertaker from WWE. I grew up, I don't know if you remember, my cousins and I playing wrestling in the old house. And we would bring out the mattresses and sofa cushions, and we thought we were wrestlers. So anyway, so I grew up around wrestling, so we were crazy.
I remember that.
And I got hired to work with WWE, and it was so amazing. And I'm meeting like John Cena, I met Nikki Bella, I met Ric Flair's daughter, I met so many people. But when The Undertaker came out, that was like my first fangirl moment where I like had to turn away and I just went like, "Ew!" And then I thought, okay, Kat, just be cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
And I was so excited. He didn't need makeup, but he was very polite with it. I was just like, wow. So I got to see him like in real life, like roll his eyes back and it was like so cool. But then recently, let's say the beginning of this year, I believe is when it was, or maybe the ending of last year, I got asked to do hair and makeup for Mary Lou Retton. And
Wow.
she's so amazing. And it was not just Mary Lou Retton, but it was also Hoda Kotb from The Morning Show. And so Hoda flew in to interview Mary Lou Retton, and I got to go and hang out with Mary Lou Retton. Like, what? Mind-blowing. So my best friend Marisa and I, we used to, during the summer, we would pretend that we were gymnastics. I was very into imagining myself to be somebody else, right? I was gymnastics, I was a wrestler, like whatever I wanted to be, right? So we would play gymnastics, and we thought we were Mary Lou Retton in her backyard. And so that was a conversation that Mary Lou and I had together, where it was like, oh my goodness, like you are like a legend, and we used to pretend to be you. And her story is just amazing, and she just recently got interviewed for People magazine. But if you get an opportunity, I know the interview is out on YouTube, and it will you can check it out. It's amazing. I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
You can
definitely.
do a link to that.
That brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah,
of
it
these
was
kids
so
and-
amazing. Like Mary Lou Retton, like wow. So she took it from the Undertaker. Sorry, Undertaker.
He can stand on his. How tall is that man?
Paul Rodriguez?
No, the Undertaker.
The Undertaker? I don't even know.
For us, we're Mexican.
Yeah, I'm 5'4". He's way over 6 foot. But height-wise, I think Victor Wembanyama was the tallest one that I've ever did hair and makeup for.
Wow.
So yeah, lots of cool people.
So
Oh,
you've
yes.
got. Do you have autographs?
So because we're working, it's very hard for us to get autographs. They really don't allow us to do all that. So if I ever post something, it's because I was really nice and like maybe I did it sneakily, like I'm not supposed to. Something. No, I'm just kidding. No, but if we do sign an NDA, then non-disclosures, and I'm not allowed to do any of that stuff.
Wow.
So I have to be mindful of that. I also want to work.
Yeah, definitely.
can't.
Definitely.
I would love to get all the photos that I could with them, but
I've seen photos of you and Paul Rodriguez, of you and Ginobili.
yes, I got to work with Ginobili twice. So that's really cool. I got to do a Gatorade Argentina commercial with him. And if you remember, he saw me because I was pregnant one time, and the second time I was not pregnant. He's like, hey, what happened? Something different about you. And I said, I don't have a baby anymore. I still look like it. But he starts laughing.
That's
Such a great person.
You get to meet some awesome people in your
Tim
line of work.
Duncan. I got to work with Panic at the Disco, the rock band, or like the band from, I think I'm too old for all that, but really, really cool. Like we sang in the green room together, so it's a lot of cool stuff. I'm very blessed.
So in between all of that fantastic stuff, okay, let's get back to Chica Beauty.
Yes.
How long have you been with Chica Beauty?
So with Chica Beauty, like I said, we started off as Chica Girl Magazine. So Chica Girl Magazine first, And because of that feeling that the girls would get, so after we would get them done and they would do their hair and makeup, they would come in like really, really timid, really shy, like, my mom signed me up for this thing. I really don't want to be here. I don't know what to do. Like, there's cameras, there's people all around me. But when we were done interviewing them and getting their photos taken and makeup and hair, like this radiance just kind of oozed out of them. And so the sisters were like, how do we carry that? And I said, well, it's so funny that you say that because that's the exact same reason why I do what I do. I love when I see like my clients and they're done and they're like, and they feel so good about themselves, and I love that feeling. Like, y'all have no idea how much that means to me when I see that. So, like, so happy. So the sisters noticed that, and they're like, what can we do? Like, how do we keep that feeling, but to last longer, not just for this moment? So they created Chica Beauty Cosmetics. So it's kind of started from there, but I mean,
like, did they had this concept already and they sought you out, or you knew them before?
I've known them for over 12 years. So, I mean, I've known that we were not moms, we weren't married yet, we were young and fresh and full of energy. So,
Ideas.
and ideas, and then we all kind of, we focused all our focus on Chica Girl magazine, and it was sold at H-E-B's, but we were already in the world of beauty and fashion and inspiring girls and things like that, because we didn't have that growing up. So it's a Latina-owned company, a Latina-owned business, and it's something that I resonated with, and I felt, you know what, these goals and ambitions are the same thing that I have. So we were already in line with all of that. So when they started thinking about Chica Beauty, they did seek me out. We have meetings to this day about what new products we're gonna. Hey, Kat, what do you think about this new product? This is one of the new products. What do you think about it? Do you like the formula? So I have a lot of say so when it comes to product and things like that. But I mean, I've been with them since the very beginning.
and I really like y'all's concept that everybody is beautiful.
Totally.
That's what I get from it.
Yeah. I mean, we're all made unique and special the way that God wanted us to be. So
it's just, this is just an enhancement of it.
that's it. We're just embellishing.
Right. I really love that
Yeah.
about the Chica Beauty. And I have my own. I wear Chica Beauty because I really do like it.
It's so good.
And thank you for introducing it to me.
Yes.
So I have the anti-aging tinted moisturizer sunscreen.
Yes.
This I wear, no lie, all summer because it's got that SPF 30.
We all need it all year round,
Here
even in the winter.
In San Antonio.
Yeah.
I mean, and it feels like a lotion, but it's tinted, so it feels like it's
Putting a
makeup.
little, yeah.
And then y'all just came out with the concealer.
Love the concealer. That's like one of my favorite products in the line. I can't live without it.
Me either.
I can't live without it. It's amazing, amazing.
And I do have a look. I use it. You can
Yes,
tell.
our eyeliners.
This one is Plum Midnight Eyeliner.
So pretty. I love
Because
it.
I got brown eyes
And
and
it just kind of pops.
my Latina comes out.
Yes.
So with the Chica Beauty, you have been on, what is that? Let me check my notes. The Good Morning San Antonio.
It was Great Day SA,
Great Day
SA Living, SA Live. We've kind of saturated all the TV shows, which is great. So they know about us and they have relationships with the sisters, and they'll bring me on and I get nervous, and I've been doing live TV since I was pregnant with Lyrics. So
So that's totally different than what you're used to.
Yeah.
How did it feel to be in front of the camera?
Ooh.
You know,
Just like right now.
yeah.
It's a little nerve-wracking. I don't want to mess up. My whole theory is to make everyone happy, and if I mess up, then I feel like everybody's mad. So I'm like, well, but it's fun. It's an adrenaline rush, and I prefer to be behind the camera.
Behind the scenes, I suppose.
Yes,
To front.
yes.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I mean, it's fun. It comes with the territory, so I'll do it, and I've been doing it forever. So
It's a great company to get behind is the Chica Beauty.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
So also with that, you do have a TikTok. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna put all her social media and her Chica Beauty link
Yes.
in the description box below, so you can check them all out. But if you go to her TikTok, you have some how-to tutorials.
I have some how-to tutorials. If you sign up for Chica Beauty emails, you'll actually receive in the email some of my tutorials that they'll send out. Fun tidbits. I'm always asking about if there's any questions that anybody has. I'm very open about that. I lost my train of thought.
It happens.
It does. It does.
But yeah, so TikTok, you have tutorials.
Yes.
You have little makeup tips there
Yes.
too.
I'm working on trying to get more balancing work, mom life, being a wife, and I gotta get those tutorials in there. So it's a little tough
It's a
juggling
lot.
your own.
It's a big, exactly, to juggle all of that together. But I really, really do enjoy your tutorials. Do you have, by any chance, some kind of Hollywood secret makeup tip?
A Hollywood secret?
Like especially here in San Antonio, that it's humid, it's hot. What can San Antonio women do better? Like, what do you do when you're on scene, not on location, and it's like outside?
Okay.
What would be
Almost
the best
always, okay, you definitely have to have a good primer. Primer's going to help keep the makeup in place, and a good setting spray. So you can do a matte setting spray, you can do a hydrating setting spray. And I know you're talking about, we're outside, but sometimes we do need to keep that hydration in our skin. So other than a good primer, I always use oil absorbing sheets. These are really great. They're inexpensive, and if you needed to just do a quick touch up, you just grab one of these and it absorbs, so you're just pressing. It's almost like using a loose powder or a compact and doing it that way, but instead of applying more makeup, you're just absorbing any oils, and the makeup will stay in place. So oil blotter sheets are the bomb, and these are also really good. A little fan. That's the trick. Get you a little portable fan. These are so life-saving, and it really helps to have some of that stuff. Another quick fun trick that I actually just learned from one of the wrestlers is to use Aquifer right underneath your eyes, and so that helps to not crease, but not a whole bunch, just a little bit. So it's that ointment, the skin ointment.
Right.
So you just use a very little bit, and then you can apply it, and it helps prevent creasing underneath the eyes.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, so I'm still learning. I've been doing this forever, but I'm still learning.
I mean, because makeup, like, advances as well, like any other industry. So you're
always evolving. The other techniques, they'll come up with new names, like baking. I don't know if you've heard of baking, where they put all the powder here. Basically, it's just using your loose powder, and you're just applying powder because you're setting the makeup, and the powder will absorb any oils and just kind of set everything in place. And you can sweep off the rest, but they put a fancy word, baking, on it to make it look fun. But this is something that's been going on for the beginning of time, since makeup was around. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
They'll throw words, and they kind of make the clients a little like, I don't know how to bake, or I don't know how to contour, I don't know how to, but it's all just same technique.
Okay. So with the beauty, with the Chica Beauty, like we said, she has a link. Can we get a discount?
Yes. yes, I'll do that for you.
How much?
It'll be a 10% discount.
Oh, nice.
Yes. But if y'all do that and you order, make sure you use that code, because that's how I get to feed my kids. That's how I get to buy more makeup. But so it's a coupon code, and it's CAT 10. So CAT with a K and 10. So that's all it is. That's it. So when you go to the Chica Beauty website and you order, right before you check out, there's a discount code area, and you just type in CAT 10.
CAT 10.
And that's it.
I'm gonna put that in the description box.
Yes. And so there's a lot of good stuff coming out. We have the Fiesta palette that just came out. We also have our Get It Chica palette, which is amazing. Actually, I left that at home because I use that on my own. So, but
That's okay. We'll take a look at
but it's
that.
beautiful. It's beautiful. So check it out, and you can save 10% on it, and sign up for Chica Beauty because they have tons of little sales that go on, like flash sales, and you can find them at Ipsy now. So if you're part of the Ipsy group, every month you'll receive. We came out with some new makeup brushes, and those are amazing. And we have so much stuff to share. So I gotta make some tutorials.
Yes. Show us how to use all of those things.
Yes.
Each brush does something different.
Yes. This is actually a Chica Beauty brush, and I love it. It's really cute. It's rose gold. My favorite. You can tell I love pink. But yeah, they're all in here and all over the place. I have more brushes. I only brought out some of them, but that's one of them there, and I love them. Yeah.
They do look really used. You know she works.
I need to shampoo my brushes, but we'll get that done.
Now that's a good question to ask you. As a person that uses brushes and makeup often, how many times should you be washing and cleaning your brushes?
So when I'm using my brushes for work, I will, and if I have another client the next day, they're shampooed that night. I really keep everything shampooed, except for this time because I worked Sunday and I've been off this whole week, and so I didn't use them, but I'm using them tomorrow, so they'll get shampooed tonight. But in general, my own brushes, I wash them 1 to 2 times a week. They're my own brushes, and you know, if I do have a breakout, then I'll make sure that I wash them. But there is a spray that I use in between. Sometimes, let's say I have from one client and then I hurry up and drive to another client, there's a special spray that I use to clean in between. They get disinfected, they get shampooed, and so 1 to 2 if it's your own personal brushes, and every day if you're using them for work. Yeah.
So with all this success and all this experience, I love that you still offer your services to the general public.
Yes. I think a lot of people misconcept that I am only doing TV and film, and I don't. I still do weddings, I still do quinces, I do proms, I do all kinds of stuff. So I'm totally available.
So how does one get a hold of you to make an appointment for their occasion?
Just send me a message, Instagram messages, Facebook messages, my email, word of mouth. Sometimes somebody will, hey Kat, you worked with me last week. Next month my mom's gonna need makeup, and so word of mouth really helps out. Text messaging, but
so any
avenue,
any DM and any social media
yes
platform that you have.
Yeah.
And what is your email address?
It is catfranklinmakeup210@gmail.com.
Okay. So I will put that there, but if you had a pen and paper ready, good. Okay. So when you do that for somebody's wedding, prom, graduation,
Everything.
Christmas party,
Yes.
reunion,
New Year's, like all the stuff.
Everything. Do you only use Chica Beauty products, or how does that work?
No, I would probably have to say about 85 to 90% of the time I am using Chica Beauty. I do really feel strongly about this product. I love them. I love them. But there are some products that we don't have yet, and so we're still evolving and growing on that end. So I'll maybe grab, maybe there's not the color that we need, so I'll grab some other brands that'll have the shades that we need. Sometimes I need body paints, and I'll use these. My loose powders, we don't have a loose powder, so I'll definitely use Airspun. If you know me, you know that I'm like huge with Gwen Stefani, and so I need to have some Gwen Stefani makeup. So don't tell everybody, but but these are, you know, like I'll use some of Gwen's things. I do also like to use different products because maybe I like this formula, and if we're trying to evolve and come up with a new product from Chica Beauty, well then I'll say, you know what, this was really awesome. Can we try to mimic something like this, or like this is what we're trying to go for? And so that's what we do there, but.
So do you want your client to say, hey, I'm having, let's say, a wedding And these are the colors. The client has to come with already a color palette, or do y'all talk it over?
We talk it over. Sometimes I ask for inspiration photos. What's the vibe that you're going for? What are you wearing? Sometimes they'll send me their dress. Sometimes, well, this is the mood that I want. Because your smoky eye definition will be completely different from what my smoky eye will be, and we don't want to misconcept that way. So communication is key when booking an appointment with me. And I'd like to see what is it that your vision is, and that way I can recreate that for you. I'm very open with them too. So, oh, you know what, Kat, I don't really like reds, so okay, Kat, you stay away from reds, and I'll make notes of it that way. Yeah. Communication.
Is there anything else a client would need to have before?
I have some clients that prefer certain eyelashes. And they can bring their own eyelashes. I do have eyelashes with me that they can pick out from and things like that. But my whole job and my whole thing is I want them to be carefree about it. You don't have to worry about anything. This is your moment. This is your time to get pampered and get glammed, and I really don't ask for.
So you're totally open to using their brand of makeup.
Totally.
As input.
Yeah. So I've had clients also say, Kat, oh, this is my favorite foundation, or this is like, I can only use this because I break out with everything else. So I do have, I don't know if you remember Camilla Rambaldi. She was a newscaster here in San Antonio. She just transferred over to LA. So now she's doing news in LA. But I would do her makeup all the time. And with her, she had her own foundation, and that I would just use that. So I wouldn't bring my stuff because she was set on doing that. And I'm totally open to that also.
Okay. That's all good to know.
Yeah.
I had all those questions too.
Yeah.
So if any of y'all have any more questions, go ahead and leave it in the comment down below, and we'll try and work something out to where she can answer those questions. And for any other interview as well, guys, if you, which I really hope you keep coming back to my videos, you know, if there's questions that you feel like I'm not asking, since I'm beginning with this, please help me out. You know, Lydia, you need to be asking this question to your, you know, to your guests, you know, and that way I can start incorporating them in this. So thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. Keep touching this
this.
microphone. See, that's why I say I'm better in behind the camera.
I have to get used to being in front, but for all of this was so worthwhile. I know a lot of people out there that always had questions for other people, and I really, really hope, guys, if you go to her social media, please, if y'all would do me a favor and start mentioning, hey, I saw you on Small Biz Spotlight.
Yes.
So that way I know that what I'm doing is actually working to benefit my guests.
Right.
Because that's what I'm trying to do here. That's what I'm trying to accomplish, is to get more exposure for small businesses. And this is totally a small business that is so hard to work with. So that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're so very welcome. And just another reminder, it's not just beauty stuff that I do. I also do like the special effects. I do hair touch-ups, hair styling, but I do special effects makeup. I make characters from short films, and we just recently did a homeless man. So I had to make him dirty and give him rotten teeth and sweat and so things like that. So I can also do the ugly stuff, the fun stuff,
The fun, ugly
blood
stuff.
And like bruising and things like that. So I love to do that stuff.
Maybe we see another
Ooh,
direction.
is this an invitation for a second episode of
Halloween?
Ooh, we have something brewing for you, maybe.
Halloween, my favorite time of the year. Okay, so which brings me now, thank you for staying to the end of the video for sure. And talking about Halloween, please come back next week because we're getting into the spooky season, and my next guest is totally in the spooky stuff. My next guest is going to be Curious Twin Paranorman.
Ooh. I'm watching that. I love that stuff.
Yeah, so whether you're a history buff or just into the paranormal, that is going to be one that you do not want to miss. So also, please give me a thumbs up, a like, and please subscribe, because all of this that I'm doing here is at no cost to my guests, to the small business. All of this, no cost, and I really, really want to continue to do this, but with your support, so please give a like and a subscribe.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll see y'all next week. Please enjoy your weekend, and don't forget to give a shout out to Cat Franklin.
Yeah.
H.M.U.A.
H.M.U.A. I'm important.
Okay, guys, thank you.